definitely going to be shaving some. It sounds like.
Okay.
Probably some out of this first chunk of the. Should I shave off Lizzie Mayford or New Wheels or Friend You Need? What do you think?
I like all of those.
I do too. But I mean,
Maybe shave off Daddy Says.
really? That's like one I totally want to play.
Okay, then don't do that one. You choose.
Um,
I definitely want to do.
Take off New Wheels.
Okay.
Sister Red
Hello and welcome to Red Barn Radio. I'm Brad Becker. Red Barn Radio is now in its 19th broadcast season of Roots Music Southern Style, and tonight is show number 700. I don't even know what to say about that, except that means 7 times 100 times that this is a big night for us, and this is 700 great shows of Southern style music that we've had here on Red Barn Radio. We have a great crew, and it's always great to come here, and we hope that out there you feel that when you listen to our show. We think you will. To keep our staff and our musical guests safe, we will continue to abide by state and local guidelines concerning cleanliness and personal protective equipment. For now, our Wednesday performances will take place without a live in-studio audience. Please welcome to the Red Barn stage from Asheville, North Carolina, the Jangling Sparrows duo.
Thanks, guys.
Great to have you here, guys.
A one, a two, a three. Ever since I was young, everything in my eyes just filled my little heart with wonder for this world's many skies. So I got a reputation. I had that rambling bone. I followed every question. I turned over every stone. But don't let these crow's feet fool you. The only wisdom I've to show is just to roll your riddle home, son, because the highway doesn't know. La-di-o-lo, lo, la-di-o-di-ada-lo, all the highway doesn't know. Hey Annie, darling Annie, there've been girls along the way, and I was certain that you only loved me because you knew I'd never stay. Well, could you have a sly old rambler? Could a love between us grow? I've come home to ask of you, because the highway didn't know. La-di-o-lo, lo, la-di-o-di-ada-lo, all the highway doesn't know. Hey, I got stories for our children, from boxcar trains to lords, and I can see you just beaming at me as I would tell them on the porch. And when our children grow, a gentle breeze gon' blow and whisper a word for us that the highway just might know. Yes, when our children grow, a gentle breeze is gonna blow and whisper of a world for us that the highway just might know. And whisper of a world for us that the highway just might know. La-di-o-lo-lo, la-di-o-di-a-di-lo, all the highway doesn't know.
Good evening.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome to Red Barn
So
Radio.
that song's called
Wherever
Highway
the
Doesn't
world
Know.
You're listening. Welcome to the music of Kentucky. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner. NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen on WEKU.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. Lex Arts, Lexington, Kentucky's Arts Council, creating a great American city inspired by the arts. Chef Greg Scott and Broussard's Delta Kitchen, featuring authentic flavors of New Orleans and the Mississippi Delta on Main Street in historic Georgetown, Kentucky. Broussard's is on Facebook. And Accuprint, providing printing, design, and fulfillment. Online at accuprint.us. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and hopefully like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us tonight's performers.
On the Red Barn stage tonight are the Jangling Sparrows in their duo format. With his evocative lyrics and moving performances, Paul Edelman has cultivated a passionate, loyal following. He's worked with some of the industry's greatest names and has recorded with Jimmy Johnson, founder of Muscle Shoals Studio. He relocated to Asheville, North Carolina, where he quickly grabbed winner of the 2009 Flat Rock Music Festival Songwriter Competition. During the show, we'll talk with Paul in great length. We'll learn about where it is that he relocated from and more about his music. Please welcome Paul Edelman, the Jangling Sparrows duo, back to the Red Barn stage. Give him a hand.
What's going on, huh? How you guys doing? Anyway, so sorry about that. That first song was called "The Highway Doesn't Know," and that's next couple of pieces are going to be off of my sophomore endeavor called "Stranger Things and Truer Words." So I'm going to kind of be going through the time machine from earlier to most recent. This one's called "Daddy Says," and this is kind of a collage of images from my childhood. Ready? Mm-hmm. 2, 3, 4. Well, the bay is aglow as the sun hangs low, and the breeze off the sound is kicking silhouettes around. Oh, the tide never tells, but the boats do like bells. Supper waits in the pot, heat it up, I forgot. Daddy says you never get old and none. Daddy says you always stay the same. Sometimes it'll tap you on the shoulder, son, Sometimes it just rains on your game. Shake yourself awake from the daydreams if the pictures get too loud. Try not to shiver or disappear if you see her face in a crowd. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I still have your copper Buddha, and I do it like you did. Smiling down, saying you are such a serious kid. Tried to be a den mother, but that ain't like you at all. All my friends would tell me that you're hot when they passed me in the hall. Daddy says you never get old and none. Daddy says you always stay the same. Sometimes it'll tap you on the shoulder, son. Sometimes it just rains on your game. But shake yourself awake from the daydreams if the pictures get too loud. Try not to shiver or disappear if you see her face in a crowd. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Swinging free, weeping willow, patch of sun on my face. Bumblebee in the hedges, dancing hearts that we chase. Freeze tag on the lawn till the day gives a yawn. Then it's ghost in the graveyard. That old game's still going on. Daddy says you never get old and none. Daddy says you always stay the same. Sometimes it'll tap you on the shoulder, son. Sometimes it just rains on your game. Shake yourself awake from the daydreams if the pictures get too loud. Try not to shiver or disappear if you see her face in a crowd. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Thank you guys, I appreciate you, man. So again, this off Stranger Things and Truer Words. We're gonna do a song called "The Ballad of Lizzie Mainford." What'd you call it before? Liza Minnelli. Ballad of Lizzie Mainford. This is about a young woman that runs away from home. You know the highway is linen white, crystals in the mirror. Everything she sees is closer than it appears. You can drive away the demons, you can high beam through its thickness, you can even kill the nighttime blues. But for the morning sickness, Lizzie heard it in her head, like the chorus to a scratched up vinyl song. It said, "This is where you live and you stay, but for the hope that hope stays home." that thought was soon replaced by the thought of staring down at that clean slate face. Oh, now. So at 20 after 4 on the front lawn, the sparrow chicks wake, and the breeze over the Mason-Dixon was a stronger statement than she could have thought to make. Well, now she gonna take things all the way. Why not find a place beside one of those 10,000 lakes? You know that the road can often affect you the way that a headstone can. It's right, it's right, it's right, it's right, it's right. So from a bleary stretch of midnight lane came words she never knew she'd taken in. Oh, she got one hand on her stomach, one hand on the wheel, one hand casting shadows from a nightlight out into those southern town vows. They said, they told her, you keep up your heart for the past. Yeah, you keep out your head for the future. And these things, they will provide you with the spirit for the living now, 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 now. And so at 20 after 4 on the front lawn, the sparrow chicks wake. And the breeze over the Mason-Dixon was a stronger statement than she could have thought to make. Yes, well now she gon' take things all the way. Why not find a place beside one of those 10,000 lakes? It's right, 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 it's right. It's right, 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 it's right. Thanks, guys. This one is, again, off Stranger Things and Truer Words, my sophomore endeavor. It's called New Wheels. So, and briefly, it's just kind of like post-breakup kind of nonsense. You know the drill. Well, I think that these new wheels, man, they're just everything I need. 'Cause this old heart's gonna change with the lanes and calm down under speed. And I'm almost at the horizon, and I hold myself to what I find. But I'd run out of road before I get you out of my mind. Baby, 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 I got new wheels. Yeah, and I think that these new wheels, they're gonna take me far and wide. But the ghost of the way that I feel when I look at you, it waits for me by the roadside with all the lost and the dead and the falling out that are right here on my sleeve. But I'd run out of road for wanting to believe. Baby, 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 I got new wheels. I got new wheels. Go ahead now. They're gonna take me far from town, and somewhere out by the pumps you'll feel how it broke my heart to put you down. But I was starting to believe in all the hurtful things you say. But I'll run out of road before I see myself that way. Baby, 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 I got new wheels. I got new wheels. I got new wheels. I got new wheels. Thanks, man. So everything you just heard was off my sophomore record, and now I took a chunk off of my last record called 140 Nickels, and this song's called "Burning a Hole," and it's basically like another song about my childhood. It's kind of like my Dock of the Bay, a little bit, and same kind of mindset. You ready?
Yeah.
Well, the sun came around like a friend after rolling around the earth again. I listened to its heavenly tales and I watched the regatta sails. Tell me, how can I convey the tide's gentle sway when the breeze comes to play? It's a morning on the bay, yeah, yeah. Oh, my memory's on a roll and it's burning a hole, burning a hole, it's burning a hole, burning a hole, it's burning a hole, burning a hole in my soul. Well, the waves snap me out of a dream as the wind starts to pick up steam. With the air so salty and clean, I'm spacing out at the water's gleam. And the day's so round, I'm just sitting in the sound. Am I lost? Am I found?
Summer's
Yeah,
hit the ground.
summer's hit the ground. Yeah, yeah. Oh, my memory's on a roll and it's burning a hole, burning a hole, burning a hole, burning a hole, man, it's burning a hole, burning a hole in my soul. Well, so many voices bouncing around. This is the laziest love in town. Such a strange feeling, being in the moment. Still after 30 years down. Still after 30 years down. I'm going down to Dave's house. I want to see if he wants to walk uptown, buy a couple sodas and some records, you know. Climb inside the summertime, yeah, yeah. Oh, my memory's on a roll and it's burning a hole, burning a hole, it's burning a hole, burning a hole, yeah, it's burning a hole, burning a hole in my soul, in my soul.
All right. Well, tonight's guest on Red Barn Radio program number 700 is Mr. Paul Edelman, and he is the Jangling Sparrow,
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
And he also comes and plays with sparrows. He has different formations of his group, and he's here as a duo this evening. And his accompanist this evening on guitar is Bobby Frith. And Bobby, you know, I swear, it wasn't that long ago when there was some guy on this program playing that exact same guitar. Did you steal that instrument from somebody, or?
Yeah, a different version of myself.
Bobby was here just a few months ago with Brad Heller and his band, and so welcome back, Bobby. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
You guys sound great. Excuse me. Evans. All right. Well, Paula, it's great to meet you, and thanks for your
Thanks,
music.
man, you too.
Really enjoying the music so far, and wondered if we could just spend some time getting to know you, maybe starting back to your pre-music youth.
Okay.
Could we go back there to?
You can ask whatever you want, man.
Yeah. Well, I just did. Yeah, just go to that pre-music place.
How
when you were-
pre-music,
Well,
though?
let's go. I I don't know. I like to start back to your earliest memories, the sort of space that shaped you and,
Well,
the
so
places.
music's always been in my family. I've always been around it. There's still old reel-to-reel cassette demos of my mom and dad, doing songs to submit to like, whatever, a label or whatever, whoever was going to listen to it. My uncle was a phenomenal musician. He played. This is really cool. He plays the banjo, and he plays Dixie and Battle Hymn of the Republic simultaneously on the banjo. It's the wackiest thing you've ever seen. It's amazing. It's crazy. So anyway, I always grew up with it. My mom always sang. My dad always sang. My dad still got a baby grand in his house. He actually sends me. He just sent me a bunch of like songs he's written over the years, and he wants me to like do them my style and like throw them up on Facebook and stuff like that. So he's still at it. So it's always been there. I've just never. And maybe that's why I got such a late start, because I've always just taken it for granted. It's just always been in my life.
Where'd you come from? Where were you when you were with?
So I was born in Philly, and we lived in Ohio for my formative years in Columbus, and then moved to the North Shore of Long Island, and then for college I went to Philly, and I lived there for 23 years.
And how did you happen to do all the moving around? Was this mom's job, dad's job?
No, I don't know. We just kept moving.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, I don't know if it's that much. It's not like military, like, I don't think it's that much. But, basically for me, it was just Ohio to Long Island.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Philly for school and just lived there by myself. I just stayed there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, because you shape big thoughts into poems and songs, you must have asked yourself at least once, how it is that you ended up giving so much of your life to this work. Was it the the joy that you experienced watching your family play music? You mentioned your uncle in particular. What is it that you think brought you to this place where you said, this is really what I want to do?
I never had a chance, Brad. Honestly, like, I really just, it was never, I have a saying, like, on any given day, passion is a great curse that comes with many tiny blessings, or passion is a great blessing that comes with many tiny curses. And it just depends. But I think that I've been cursed with that, where like whatever people consider normal is just, it's not enough for me. And this has always been in my life. And I encourage anyone who is discouraged and wants to quit. I say, quit, because nothing will make you more miserable than not doing it. If you're a real artist, no matter how miserable doing this can make you, not doing it makes you more miserable. Then that tells you why you do this, because you can't not do it. That's why I do it, because I can't not do it.
Yeah, and so has that sort of approach to life been disruptive for you at times? Like, for instance, when you were trying to go to college?
I didn't consider it disruptive at the time, because I wasn't. I just didn't do anything I didn't feel like doing, and I didn't think about on terms of how those consequences would play out.
That's called youth, I think.
Yeah. But I've pretty much, everything's come home to roost at this point, and I think I'm comfortable with where I'm at.
Good. Well, what did you do in college? When you went to college, what was that for?
I studied visual arts and sociology minor.
And visual arts, what form?
Illustration and painting.
Oh, all right. And do you still do some of that on your own?
I did. I was doing murals when I first got out of school. And I was doing set designs for banquets and stuff like that, and just trying to stay involved in the arts. I got more and more into songwriting and like playing in bands and stuff, and it just it clicked. Like at that point, I just loved being around it, the people, the open mics, like the scene, all of it. I was like, yeah, these are my people.
Are you hard on yourself when it comes to songwriting, and if so? What does that sort of inner Punisher say to you?
Yeah, it has to sparkle. the song has to sparkle to me in some way. And like, it's not enough like, oh, I've got a nice riff and let me throw some lyrics at it and I like the melody. But if I'm not saying something that just reaches into your guts and pulls it at you in some way, at least a couple lines here or there, if I'm not trying to do that, then that's where my wheelhouse is. You know, so for me, like, I can have a melody and a great progression and some words or some things, you know, because I know songwriters sometimes they'll just get a phonetic thing going, you know, like, and then the words come after that and it becomes almost secondary to what you're saying. But for me, like, I've had that stuff sitting around for years and years and years, and I just can't write the song until something in my life happens where now that sparkles. You know what I mean?
Does it sit around in your brain, or does it sit around on paper and notebooks and stuff?
I write stuff down, but a lot of times it just sits on the back burner and it's always taking up space. It's like, you know, when you have a thought and you're like, I don't have time for this right now, but it's there, and then something will happen, and later you're like, oh, it could be any random thing. That's how I am with songs.
Huh. So, you know, what people like Dylan and Waits kind of both said the same thing about songwriting. They said that, you know, that there's no school for songwriting, that the school is the other people who've done it, and if you want to learn to do it, you listen to what they've done. That doesn't mean you're going to copy them. It just means that you're going to learn from them. Has that been a path that you've taken, that you've done a lot of listening and sort of breaking down other people's songs?
As a matter of fact, breaking down is, I actually used to specifically write, like, I used to give myself an assignment, like, I'm going to write a Beatles song. And I'm going to write a Neil Young song. Like, just specifically to get inside their, whatever it is, the thing, you know? And I can even remember part of it. This was, I mean, decades ago. I think the Beatles songs are, well, I see her walking down the street, and I know sometimes that it's just me trying to ape, like, but I'm trying to just ape. I never intended it to be an actual song that I'd play anywhere.
Yeah.
It was really an exercise for me to ape what they do, to get inside patterns that, you know, that make them what they are, and then, like, not to copy it, but to, well, take some of it, you know, some essence from it, but also to, like, you know, to figure out what my patterns are, and either if they're good or bad, and if they're good, play them up, and if they're bad, play them down, that kind of thing. But that was totally, I broke them down. I did that a lot. Yeah.
I think that's a great and really thoughtful exercise. I mean, those tunes became memorable for a reason.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
And you know, and if you can discover something about your own voice and your own patterns and rhythms in music, by doing that, it's great. I love that.
Absolutely agree. And I recommend that in any discipline as well, you know. And I don't think it's not as stigmatized, or whatever the term might be, as it is in music. Like, you're not supposed to do you copy anybody, but any other discipline, you're like, we're literally going to teach a course on how to do this, because this is what's been done before, you know, and do it exactly this way. And if you do anything original, then it has to be peer-reviewed and cleared through a bunch of different, you know, levels and stuff like that. Music is or at least popular music is the only thing where it's like, yeah, you can totally copy anybody else, you know.
Yeah.
or they expect you to be original, rather. It's just kind of like you know. I mean, I think I'm getting my tongue jammed up, because I think what I said is the way it is now, but it used to be that they expected originality. Now it's more like formulaic, I think, and algorithmed and all that stuff.
It kind of feels that way.
Yeah, it does to me too, but I don't want to start knocking a bunch I don't want to get into that conversation.
Yeah, but I mean, it's nice. It's nice. What we always enjoy about this program is that you've got, you know, real people who are really passionate about their music. They aren't following formulas. They're here to sort of share what they're doing, you know.
Well, you are when you do what I do. You're there's formulas, and you know, it's about deciding where to stray from it, and like, we all want our music to reach out to people, and we all should be thinking in terms of that effort. Can this reach people in where our cheats are, where we're doing that, you know. I'm certainly not gonna ever be the guy that's like, yeah, I'm label ready right now, hey, you know. But like, we all want to reach out and be accessible, you know, in some way to people. And I think that striking the balance of where your lines are as an artist is the thing to navigate,
Hmm. Do you get your songs out there for other people to record, or do you ever have songs in particular that you write with another voice in mind?
I haven't yet. I mean,
Yeah.
I would. I absolutely would. But I haven't had an opportunity to do that. I haven't really pursued that as an opportunity, but yeah, I would do that. Absolutely.
I mean, I should think the opportunity is there if you have a lot of songs, and if you want to do it. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to direct your energies that way, right?
I mean, it's been a discussion because, the touring life and all that stuff, and the indie artist life is, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. It's literally one of the last real landscapes of the American dream in that way, that you're all on your own. Nobody is giving you jack. But it's been a discussion, like maybe I should look into like, writing for other people and, publishing, that kind of thing, where
Making them do the work.
and so someone else can record the songs that I write, things like that. I mean, I'm totally open to pursuing all those avenues. It's just I haven't focused on it.
Yeah. Well, this is a really trying time for performing artists who perform for their income. How has this 6-month intermission been for you?
Well, I'm here.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have been like, I don't want to do it. I'm too, but I mean, there's a line. I use it to do other things. I feel for my peers, but at the same time, I'm I shouldn't say this. I'm kind of seeing which of the ones are only doing it, for them. Like, I can't be on stage and it's not all about me, so I'm losing my mind. And you can kind of see that, and it's just like, I mean, we all want to perform and be on stage, but, it used to be a thing where, like, the goal was to create a focal point somewhere in the room that wasn't you anymore, that it was just the room had energy to it, that it came from you, but it was, like, beyond you at that point. It wasn't, anything else. I mean, I'm seeing some of that, but it's and a lot of my peers are legitimately losing money, and that's a big concern too,
Have you had some experiences doing sort of living room shows
Yeah.
that have been sort of interesting experiences for you, or giving you some different things to think about?
I mean, I love that stuff. The closer and more intimate, I kind of I like all different types of environments to perform, because I feel like they all have something to offer. Because I'm not out there like, I don't have like a persona, you know what I mean? So for me, like, I can be on a stage playing rock, or on here sitting with my acoustic, and basically like, I'm just an exaggeration of myself, but not much more than that, So, I mean, I like those things. I enjoy those. I don't know. I like the intimate stuff. And as far as like, if you're speaking like musically, that I do field test a lot of my stuff, and some stuff that I've actually played out before. Like, once I get into a room with people and I see what's going on, like sometimes we'll go back to rehearsal and be like, change things up in the song, just like, what's gonna catch? How can we tweak this to really grab, and stuff. So I field test pretty much all my stuff,
Well, you were, earlier on, you were saying when you first started playing music, that one of the things that happened was that you discovered that it was really exciting to perform and to be with an audience. And I think that the question that I didn't ask but intended to ask was, can you feel that kind of energy, the energy you feel from a room? Can you feel that in a virtual experience?
Because you don't actually. The thing is, you're not just getting it from any room in particular. You're only getting back the energy you're giving. It's an hyperbolic amplification.
Yeah.
So if you've got, and I'll admit it, and I'm not saying this, I'm not proud of this, but there are rooms sometimes, even crowded rooms, where I'm like, man, I'm not gonna throw all this insane energy at this apathy. So I might dial it down. I'm never gonna phone in a show, but I might dial it down to match the room. And if things, and then see if there's kind of an alchemy of energy where, okay, it's picking up, let's go. Maybe I did that a little, maybe people are just getting drunk, who knows, but let's amp it up, and I've got that in store, And so same thing with acoustic. If you're just in a chill living room, then I'm not gonna go rah all, necessarily. I wanna give that room what it's asking for as an energy,
Yeah.
And if anything comes back, it's it's probably just the performance, and I'm into my song or something like that.
Yeah. Hey folks, I'm talking to Paul Edelman. He is his band is the Jangling Sparrows. They're here as a duo this evening. He's here with Bobby Frith, who's playing electric guitar and singing the harmonies. Great to have you guys here, Paul.
Thanks, man.
Really nice to talk to you, and we'll be back to talk some more later.
Okay.
All right. Welcome back to Jangling Sparrows.
Take home your coat. The song off my last record called 140 Nickels, and it's called Take Home Your Coat. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, your coat, it still hangs around here, the same way that I do. I can't bring myself to hide it away, 'cause baby, it still smells like you. Come on, tell me you still baby, or take home this coat, 'cause I can't stand it no more. When I see you at my door next, have you come to take your things? Or was the time that we spent apart, dear, was it for the fondness, all that it brings? Come on, tell me you still baby, or take home this coat, 'cause I can't stand it no more. Tell me you still baby, or take home this coat, 'cause I can't stand it no more. I can't stand it no more. Thank you. That was called Take Home Your Coat. Of 140 nickels, this is called Look Away Twice. The gist of this is getting left, getting dumped. That's right. If you look away twice, my mama gonna know that your heart belongs to me no matter where you go. I'll be on your mind in them lonesome nights. Yeah, darling, if you look away twice, I hope time is kind to your runaway smile. I hope time is kind to your Irish eyes. Just remember, you can live on pearls of wisdom and never yourself be wise. Said, look away twice, look away twice. Mama, you might take my sorrow for advice. You want somebody free and clean of your memory. Don't you ever, darling, don't you look away twice. Come on now, get some. Look away, look away. Oh, you gotta be tough. I know leaving things behind, Lord, is hard enough. But your heart really pays the price. Yeah, darling, when you look away twice, well, I'll be the mantra that you've chanted. I am the ghost you summoned to give yourself a scare, honey. Well, I am the mountain that you take for granted. I can't ever leave you, I swear. Oh, said, look away twice, look away twice. You might take my sorrow for advice. You want somebody free and clean of your memory. Don't you ever, darling, don't you look away twice, yeah. You want somebody free and clean of your memory. Don't you ever, darling, don't you look away twice. Don't you ever, darling, yeah. So this is one called One Good Piece of Advice. The disc or the whatever. You can get them. Everything I'm playing, by the way. For anyone, it's all you can download it or get the album sent to you, all that happy nonsense. And this is called One Good Piece of Advice. It's about basically when I started to decide to really do this for a living, seriously. Well, I didn't understand how hard you could land when you finally jump off the fence. Everybody's got a joke about being flat broke, but I know that they got at least 2 cents. I need one good piece of advice. I need one good piece of advice. Yeah, I need one good piece of advice. Yeah. Everybody's trying to tell me they know how I feel. They're all trying to feed me my last meal. They tell me ain't nothing free, but you can get it for a steal. Well, I'ma take it from towns, I'll tell them, no deal. I need one good piece of advice. I need one good piece of advice. Yeah, I need one good piece of advice. Hey, one good piece of advice, my friend, and I will take it on down the line. Just a few kind words of wisdom to call mine. Go ahead, get 'em, Bobby. Well, now I see why they say to start young, 'cause it's a mighty long road with a devil's tongue. Faith waves a palm in the desert sun, and believing is a blind man beating on a rain drum. One good piece of advice. I need one good piece of advice. Just one good piece of advice. Hey, one good piece of advice, my friend, and I will take it on down the line. Yeah, just a few kind words of wisdom to call mine.
Yeah. All right. Red Barn Radio is brought to you with the help of Chef Greg Scott and Broussard's Delta Kitchen, featuring authentic flavors of New Orleans and the Mississippi Delta. They're on Main Street in historic Georgetown, Kentucky, and they're also on Facebook. Red Barn Radio show number 700 is also brought to you by Accuprint, providing printing, design, and fulfillment. They're online at accuprint.us. Now, welcome back to tonight's Red Barn Radio program. Red Barn Radio is coming to you live on all of our social media platforms from the Arts Place Performance Hall here in the city of Lexington, Kentucky. And now, please welcome back Jangling Sparrows duo to the Red Barn stage.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you, man. So, this song is called Follow Me Down, and a brief explanation of this is kind of basically like an archetype of the kind of woman I used to date. Yeah, we all fall into patterns. Ready? 2, 3, 4, and... So you think it might be time for you to land a handsome gent for helping you at the grocery store, or maybe setting up your tent. You know you make a wake of boys as you're walking from the bar with your tight milky flanks and your hand-me-down car. But no matter what you do, there's an insatiable itch. Yeah, you had it all sewn up, but I guess you missed a stitch. So now you're looking at me like I might be your latest fad, because I leer like a painter and I smile like a dad. But are you gonna follow me down? Are you gonna follow me down? You gonna follow me down? Follow me down the rabbit hole. We bite the hand that feeds us. We're gonna take back what they stole. Follow me down the rabbit hole. We're drinking with our demons and screaming at our souls. Come on now, follow me down. It doesn't seem so difficult to land a boy, now does it? And well, you know that you can have your pick, 'cause getting things was never really hard for you, now was it? Or it's keeping them that seems to be the trick. So now you privilege me with a basket full of secret looks. Yeah, well, that's pretty good. But I've also got some hooks. You gotta follow me down. You gotta follow me down. You gotta follow me down. Come on, follow me down. Follow me down the rabbit hole. We bite the hand that feeds us. We're gonna take back what they stole. Follow me down the rabbit hole. We're drinking with our demons, and screaming at our souls. Follow me down. So put your feet up on the dash and let your skirt drape carelessly about. And keep gazing out the window like there's nothing that you can't live without. But you better keep my number even after you grow bored, 'cause when your music turns against you, you're gonna want someone to help you with the chords. Yeah, and then you're gonna follow me down the rabbit hole. We bite the hand that feeds us. We're gonna take back what they stole, man. Follow me down the rabbit hole. We're drinking with our demons and screaming at our souls. Oh, follow me down. Thank you. And this song is also off my current release called Bootstraps and Other American Fables. These are all kind of acousticized versions of these songs. This song's called All That I Was Never Afraid. And it's kind of about what we were talking about before, me maybe not utilizing my youth in the most productive way possible. 2, 3, 4. Well, somebody once told me experience was just learning to make your mistakes rhyme. Well, if that's the truth, then I am a poem of attrition on a book on borrowed time. Yes, baby, I know what it's like to see somebody in a different light. But if you're wrestling with who I am, then you're just trying to catch a buzz off a dram. So I guess there's nothing for me to tell you. If you are hell-bent on seeing for yourself, 'cause you can find the romance in anything, 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 be it on hell. Well, I just don't wanna get tangled in a web of all that I was never afraid. Let the sunlight find it on the basement steps. Somebody someday is going to relate. Yeah. Just ain't that complicated. What you see is what you get. You keep saying you're gonna leave this town, but baby, you ain't gone yet. Yeah, well, baby, it just ain't that complicated. What you see is what you get. You keep saying love is gonna find me soon, but you know that's an empty threat. Well, all that I was never afraid, 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 yeah, all that I was never afraid, 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 all that I was never afraid. Thank you, guys. So, I don't know what your like cursing thing is for this next song. It's the A word. Is that?
What's that?
That just not the whole thing, just the 3-letter one. I mean, you know, it is in this context. Well, actually, it's slang in this context, but anyway, this is called Labels All Mine. It's about a miserly old man from a new album, Bootstraps and Other American Fables. Well, my property cuts through the middle of the swamp. It's about 5 of them old slave cabins from the street. If you can make it 50 yards up to your knees, you'll be picking off leeches from your feet. but I can see you from my back porch. Huh, I got my Louisville slugger. You're trying to sneak into my whiskey still. You a ballsy little mother. Let me tell you something. I got the county's finest shine. It goes down like honeysuckle wine, and then it rolls you from behind. Yeah, it's the county's finest shine. Come on. Don't think I don't know about you. Yeah, you some kind of sugar booty boy. Bojangling in your shoes. Trying to play yourself off coy. You some kind of basketball star. I guess you think you're fast. But you better stay out of my yard. I'll put some buckshot in your ass. I got the county's finest shine. It goes down like honeysuckle wine, and then it rolls you from behind. Yeah, it's the county's finest shine. Come on, get 'em. I got a couple 3 pit bulls, and I don't much feed on mine. They like to chase the neighbors' ponies, and when they catch 'em, they eat 'em. I'll send you screaming to your mother. Boy, you're messing with my bread and my butter. Yeah, I got the county's finest shine. But the label is all mine. Yes, the county's finest shine. It goes down like a honeysuckle wine, and then it rolls you from behind. Yeah, it's the county's finest shine.
Evil. Hey, I'm with Paul Edelman and Bobby Frith. They are the Jangling Sparrows duo. Really, that was a lot of fun. That tune, I think, Paul, I have to say that track may not make it on the Kentucky radio cut. Kentuckians don't take kindly to dogs
eating their
chasing
ponies.
down and eating ponies. But
I have to
nevertheless,
get into
there'll be a
character.
place for it.
He's a very unlikable guy. It's okay to not like that guy.
Absolutely. What a character is right. So let me see. We were talking earlier about influences, and when I was riding in the car listening today, I heard maybe you will find this interesting, maybe not. I heard 2 of my favorite Joes singing, Joe Jackson, and I heard Joe Ely. I don't know if you listened to either of those guys.
I have.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I mean,
but so anyway, I was hearing some of that sound, so I was kind of curious if you listened to those guys, and it sounds like you don't. And
I mean, Joe Jackson's been around for
ever.
I've used to listen to him. I mean,
It was one of your rock numbers, and I think it was one that kind of had a Zydeco sound to it that made me think. And it was John, Highway John.
Oh, the Highway John, yeah.
Yeah, there was something there, but I don't know. I was really really digging that, and then I also hear Peter Case.
Okay.
Who is a folk singer I love. You have a beautiful voice. I really enjoy your voice a lot.
Thank you. Thank them.
Do you have to? Well, no, I thank them too, but I thank you. And do you have to take care of your voice a lot?
No, which drives my wife out of her mind, because she's a musical theater singer and she's got a musical theater background. And I remember once, like my thing is I'm all about feeling. And it has to feel good. Like I'll settle for a less than perfect take if that's the energy, that's it, So I'm always screaming on stage, and just like throwing my voice out. Even last night she was like, "Your voice is going," I'm like, can you please? Thank you,
So it goes, but then it comes back.
Or it doesn't, it is what it is.
It just changes.
I actually remember my old band in Philly, I'm such a moron. We were recording the next day, so me and my bandmate, we came over to my house to just drink beers and hang out and listen to music, and I'm like, I want our voices to be really just gritty and rock and roll. So let's make it. So we literally got drunk and spent the entire night screaming into my kitchen tablecloth. Like we thought that was gonna make our voices sound like gritty and rock and roll. And of course, we got to the rehearsal space and we pretty much had to cancel.
And you just didn't have any voice
We had no
left.
voice. None. It's really just moronic, waste of money.
Hey, what so you have referred to your music. You like this term Zydefolk. Can you tell me about that?
It just popped up out of nowhere. So, like I was saying before, like everything's field tested, and a lot of the songs now I've had them around as different types of songs, just playing them. I write them, and I didn't really do anything with them. So, my old duo partner was a squeeze box player, and who was here last time I was here. And I just found that the big wash sound of the squeeze box in the duo, like with the guitar, the rhythm of the guitar, some of those same songs, I really just the rhythm patterns were just popping out to me, they're just playing against the wash of the squeeze box so well. And so a lot of these songs started to turn into like something where I was going like might start going, and just these rhythm patterns started popping out. And so once we got the band going, I was like, well, let's see how this translates into full band stuff. And so we started really tweaking a lot of songs. And we were touring and driving and getting excited about what we were creating and talking about it, and that word just popped out. Usually I'd stay away from that stuff because it always sounds so like, it's like garage folk, what does that even mean? But it sticks, I think. It makes sense when you listen to it.
Yeah. It didn't put me off at all. I liked it more than Americana.
Yeah, I mean, Americana's, got a broad parameter.
Yeah,
as
sure
well,
does. Yeah, it sure does. So does this band, has this band morphed into lots of different shapes depending on the kinds of sounds that you were hearing and the kinds of words that you were writing? And
yeah, I mean, I try to stay thematic. I mean, I basically write in 4, maybe 5 beats. There's the tick-tock rock beat, the shuffle, the 6/8 waltz, and now I have this kind of new like shouldery pattern that I like to play with and see where it fits in. And that's basically it, So everything's a play off of that, and the Neil Young like halftime chunk thought chunk thwack beat. Those are like my beats that I write in, and like that's it. I'm simple to figure out in that way. Some version of that that you can pinpoint, but like. Yeah, I mean, I play around with that stuff and see like it's like a menu, I like all kinds of other beats, so don't get me wrong, but as a performer, I have to get up there and think about what can I own in my art and performance, like I like old meters and reggae and a lot of funk stuff, but I don't feel in my own skin when up there playing it. So I stick to what I feel comfortable in my skin playing. And so far it's been those 5 basic feels,
Yeah. Those are good ones. Yeah, those work. You and Bobby have been playing a lot together?
No.
Just since last November, I think. Yeah, last November we played our first. This is actually our second show as a duo. We played our first in January. I think we had more scheduled in other months of this year, but of course, you all know what happened. So.
Yeah, I kind of do. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of life in it, and a lot of life and a nice feed off of each other. I've really been enjoying what you're doing on the guitar.
Oh, thank you,
Bobby. Yeah,
He's a ringer, man.
It's been really fun to hear what you guys do, and it seems like that's a hard job, Bobby. I mean, that task of doing, having the touch to be able to play with acoustic guy.
I would say it's a difficult job, but someone has to do it. I'm not a hero.
Well, I wasn't suggesting that you were a hero, Bobby.
Well, I just don't. The folks at home, I don't want anyone thinking that I'm a hero.
Hey, what have you traveled your music a bunch? Have you?
Oh yeah.
Where have you gone, and what regions of the country have you found particularly interesting?
Not as much as I'd like to go, but I mean, I don't. I've only been as far west as Memphis, and I've gone up to like Vermont and down into Florida and stuff like that. So basically, that I've covered that. But the most
Vermont's very different from Memphis, I'd say.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, you're going to the same types of places in a lot of, so you actually meet a similar, I don't want to pigeonhole people, but you sort of end up meeting a similar demographic in a way, because they're all there liking the same things for the same reasons, you know what I mean? Like, these are other people that want to come and see that, people that are hanging out, other musicians that you book the show with, like, there's a, those are the people you're looking to find. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons, that's what Highway John is about, actually. It's not just about, look me, I'm on the road, like, it's the people you meet and the connections and feeling like, these places are new, and hopefully these people that live there, like, can feel it as, I like bringing in an excitement to a place I'm at, to the person that's lived there for a really long time, and like talking about it, like, this is cool, I have a good vibe and stuff like that, and they're just like, all right, well, good for you, buddy.
How'd you end up back in? Or to Asheville? It said that you returned to Asheville. The last I left you, you were, well, at least your bio,
No,
I thought.
I don't think that's correct.
It's not okay. Good, yeah. So correct me. Then how did you end up in Asheville?
I had been in this area touring and stuff like that. I had been. I love Philly, but I was just getting stuck there, up here. Mm-hmm. And I knew that I wanted to do this, and I knew that I didn't know how. And I knew I just needed an environment that was going to help me, because I knew I wasn't good at it yet. I knew and this was that, but also I liked it because it's beautiful, and it's centrally located to a lot of cities that are easy to get to, to shoot for shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was it was an emotional and a logical decision.
What do you like about the South, other than the great people, the beautiful mountains, and the great food?
You said mountains, right?
Yeah, I did include that one. You got a lot of those in Asheville.
Sometimes a lot of it makes me feel like a kid again, because it's like living in the 80s all over again. So,
You mean Asheville in particular?
Just, and surrounding. Asheville's, I guess, it's progressive little, town, and it's a cool spot. I really, really dig it. And I've made some really good, like, peers and friends and connections and stuff like that. That said, I don't know. I remember it was like the first year I was living there, and like, I pull up to a stoplight and or a red light, and in front of me there was a white pickup truck, and on the back of it there was a bumper sticker, and the bumper sticker had a picture of the White House with the stars and bars flying off the top of it, and then underneath that it said, "One day." And I was like, oh, in case you forgot where you were. Right, all right, okay. I was like, all right, dude.
Hey, you mentioned earlier on that first few of the numbers that you played tonight came from a sophomore album. Do you also have a junior and senior and graduate album?
The "Look Away Twice" song, a couple of songs we did a little bit earlier, and the "Take Home Your Coat" and "Burn in a Hole." Those are off my junior album, which was the last album, 140 Nickels, and the current one, which is out now, which I just did a video for, is called "Bootstraps and Other American Fables," and that's my senior album so far. But I got one in the works again already.
Nice. Can you talk a little bit about the video that you made?
The song is called
it?
Joshua Chamberlain, and it's a send up to a Civil War colonel who fought at Gettysburg. He fought for the North, and he's a remarkable figure. Because he was a teacher at Bowdoin College in Maine, and he took his sabbatical and enlisted because they weren't going to let him enlist. He wanted to enlist, but the school said you can't. You're under contract, or whatever. And so he used his sabbatical and he just enlisted and went anyway. And it's worth noting that in his day, he enlisted. His reason was to fight against the institution of slavery. So in his day, he knew that that's what he was fighting for, and that's what this was about. And then he was pivotal at the Battle of Gettysburg on the second day of the 3 days, so much so that military academies still teach some of the stuff that he did to hold the line. He was wounded in battle 7 times. One time so bad they thought he was going to die. He was promoted meritoriously. He lived in, I think, either 1920, 17 or 20, and the official cause of death on his death certificate was died of his wounds. So I read a lot of Civil War history and American history, and he's particularly, you'll notice there's a couple songs on this album. I have one to Harriet Tubman, and that's the thing. I don't sing about them so much as I'm singing to them. And it's this thematic thing where I find these remarkable figures, and I'm like, can you please visit us? We need whatever it is you got going on, we need more of that, And that's kind of the theme of some of these songs I sing to, these historical figures, and he's one of them. And the video was just, it's just released. It's out now. It's up on, YouTube and stuff like that. And it was shot by this great dude. We just went through Asheville, and you shot scenes around the city, and it was a lot of fun.
Ah, very neat. Well, folks, take the time to do that. Look up Paul Edelman's latest video about, is the song called Joshua Chamberlain?
Yes.
All right, yeah. And then Harriet Tubman tune, too. I'd like to hear that sometime. I'll go find it. I'm sure it's out there to listen to. Been great having you guys here.
Thank you, man. This has been really fun.
Really nice to visit with you, and look forward to sort of following what you guys are doing from here, and love to see you out playing sometime.
I can't wait to get out on the road again and start doing that. That just sounded like a cliche, but it's the truth.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Bobby Frith and Paul Edelman, the Jangling Sparrow.
This is a new one, unreleased. I'm going to be bringing this into the studio this month and doing a recording of this. It's called The Feather in the Well. And it's sort of about 2 people that can't work it out. But you kind of see that from a distance, and you kind of whatever circumstance. Anyway, that's what it is. Here we go. When the twilight greets the jet stream and the cabin lights hum low, things you jettison once creeping back from the black ocean lurking below. still too much to say. She's treating him like she may not return, and he's acting like she'd have never stayed. Never stayed anyway. Caution is the feather, hoping is the well. Where the wind dies down, that's where caution fell. Take it down to market, see if it can sell. Hang it in the window. Mama, you can never tell. Well, tie up your loose ends, 'cause I can see by the look in your eyes that you're fixing to bust out of this town again. And I think at this time you should just tie up your ends, and once and for all just say goodbye. 'Cause the world won't know what it's missing till it sees itself through your eyes. Ain't no reason to wait until we die. We might as well just become memories now, while we're still alive. Caution is the feather, hoping is the well. Where the wind dies down, that's where caution fell. Take it down to market, see if it can sell. Hang it in the window. Mama, you can never tell. Oh baby, I'm so tired of telling myself that it ain't as bad as I've been making it out to be. Oh, God damn, if there was only some way we could just punch through. Oh man, how I wish I was standing in front of you. I couldn't miss you more if you was underneath the ground. It is your voice that is my leash. It is my heart that is your hound. Just come home, just come home, just come home, just come home, just come. All right, this is a new one, also unreleased, which I think I'm going to be putting on this next record. It's called Rain on the Rooftop. It's kind of like walking through the city, which I literally, that's a line in the song, but so. But yeah, I mean, thinking about stuff. You ever just kind of get lost in your head while you're walking through the city, but all the images are hitting you, and you don't really think about that till later. You ready? 2, 3, 4. That's better. 3, 4. I fall witness to these moments. I fill the blanks in with my faith. I try to grab them, hold and stretch them wider. An open fire hydrant against faded factory names. I guess beauty's in the eye of the outsider. Whoa, whoa. I was walking through the city, but not the downtown side. It was the side where grandpas die in their recliners. These two kids at the bus stop, they got into a fist fight. Then they walked across the street and played hooky at the diner. Whoa, whoa. Walking the line between tough and tender, the city won't leave you alone. Standing in time won't command my surrender, but rain on the rooftop, rain on the rooftop, baby. Oh, your skin on my skin. I was happy just to live inside the shadow of your failure, while you preyed upon the sunshine of my hopes. Was I the only one sent blind by such forces left unsigned and hypnotized by their very scope? The city won't leave you alone. Standing in time won't command my surrender. Rain on the rooftop, rain on the rooftop, rain on the rooftop. Oh, your skin on my skin. Thanks, guys. This one's called, hold on, Last to Ride. It's about your dream girl in high school, so to speak. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, Spanish hair and Irish eyes, hangs with the boys, goes home and cries. The youngest of 7 sons, lucky strikes, but only once. You spot you the green just for the company. You get her back, no questions asked. Everybody knows better, 'cause everyone's tried. You still wanna be the last to ride. Yeah, and all heads turn to the bar to see who she's been angling for. Man, who could call that one look up? And what's he got that we ain't got? Man, the autumn nights, they look good on her. They bring her out the bigger purr, overalls and the canvasaws, August tan Chevy van. And it's down, down, yellow and brown. The leaves are falling all over this town, but Julie ain't got no plans. Yeah, come on, roll, roll, stay in control. If you don't use it, it's gonna get old. And where you gonna be at then? Come on, B, get some. Her father was a fireman, a baseball coach and a veteran, assembly line, a casualty, a wife in the ground. 63, the wardrobe drawer, the raining lights, the short goodbyes and the Detroit nights. The tavern regulars all bought her drinks when she got done at the hockey rink. Yeah, and it's down, down, yellow and brown. The leaves are falling all over this town, but Julie ain't got no plans. Come on, roll, roll, stay in control. If you don't use it, it's gonna get old. And where you gonna be at then? Oh, hit 'em twice now. And it's down, down, yellow and brown. The leaves are falling all over this town, but Julie ain't got no plans. Come on, roll, roll, stay in control. If you don't use it, it's gonna get old. Where you gonna be at then? All right. All right.
We would like to thank Paul Edelman and Bobby Frith, the Jangling Sparrows duo, for being with us this evening. We also thank our volunteers and staff for their help in making our production happen each and every week. Thank you all for listening to our webcast, watching us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and those listening to us on the Red Barn network of stations. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. It's your chance to hear more great live Kentucky music from Red Barn Radio and WEKU. Red Barn Radio, roots music, Southern style. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our guests and on our program. We're on the web at redbarnradio.com. And now next week, Red Barn Radio is on hiatus, but we return August 26th with Me Miss Jones. Oh man, Me Miss Jones is a unique singer-songwriter. She says she calls her music crude mountain soul music. She's a real Southern character from Nashville. She's got a lot of energy, great vibes, upbeat personality, and just real great music. So I hope you'll be with us for Me Miss Jones on August 26th in 2 weeks. Watch our social media for updates on this upcoming performance. And now once again, let's give it up for Jangling Sparrows duos here on the Red Barn stage.
Okay. This is an unreleased song we're gonna do. It's about being a broke musician. It's called My Dollar Bills. 2, 3, 4. roll you up and burn another eve. Take a last toke of everything that the night holds up its sleeve. Get yourself all duded up and ready. Take a last look at your bank account. Make sure it's holding steady. Yeah, but if it don't fit into my dollar bills, I can find something that surely will. I can stay home and play guitar for nothing. I can paint the tears in the glitter blue rifle. I can see the smells in the shells in the rifle. I can stay home and play guitar for free. Nighttime lets you taste its lusty palate. Yeah, it's a parasol of possible. You got big eyes for that carrot. Everything keeps coming up. 3 cherries, but it's the life that waits for you, that the evening berries. Yeah, but if it don't fit into my dollar bills, I can find something that surely will. I can stay home and play guitar for nothing. I can paint the tears in the glitter blue rifle. I can see the smells in the shells in the rifle. I can stay home and play guitar for free. Yeah, I can stay home. Cool.
Nice.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Ed. All y'all. Appreciate you, man.
Well, that's all from Red Barn Radio for this week. Historic show number 700 with Paul Edelman and Bobby Frith, Jangling Sparrows duo. You can see and hear us worldwide every week as we stream live on the web on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. Be sure to check out all of our social media for all updates to our upcoming schedule. And now from all of us here at Red Barn Radio to all of our friends worldwide, it's our hope that you have a great week. Keep working together to be safe and healthy. Until next time, good night.